It's Donkey Kong, the arcade sensation, and now you can play it at home.
Hang on, sweetheart. I'm gonna save you.
Now you can play Donkey Kong on your ColecoVision, Atari VCS, or Intellivision video game system. Donkey Kong has multiple screens, just like the arcade game.
You're not gonna stop me, you stupid ape.
Play Donkey Kong on your ColecoVision, Atari VCS, or Intellivision video game system.
Don't worry, darling. I'll save you.
So that was the first of many different advertisements that I want to include if I think they have anything interesting to show. I'm not going to show everything, especially if it's just pure gameplay or anything, but if it does have a unique skit involved, I will be showing it. So technically it did cover a few different versions of this game, though the only one I'm covering today is the ColecoVision version of the game, which released in August of 1982. Instruction manual wise, there's not a whole lot to go over. It once again reiterates the idea that the girl that Mario is saving is his girlfriend. There's a couple funny things about this page in particular, which is the idea that Mario getting rid of the rivets is a magic feature that he has instead of just being a gameplay abstraction. The statement of chivalry is not dead, and apparently the story of this version of the game is a bit different, where the 75M stage is actually chronologically after the 100M stage. Also, this means that in this version of the game, Mario straight up never wins. At the beginning of this version of the game, you could actually choose between 4 difficulties because the game doesn't actually go up in difficulty as you get further into it. So I started at the hardest difficulty just to show off how hard the game can get, and I skipped over the first few difficulties. You may notice there's a different amount of girders in this version than in the arcade version, which means that instead of Donkey Kong being on the left, he's actually on the right, which doesn't really change the gameplay all that much, it just makes the levels a little quicker. Though Mario's movement speed in this is slow enough that if you're taking your time, you could actually run out of time, unlike in arcade versions where it's not something you really have to worry about unless you're going for high score. M is specifically impacted the most out of any of these levels by being shorter, since you really only need to take care of 6 rivets instead of the much higher number in the full game. This has probably the weirdest level order out of any of the ports, because it goes 25, 100, and then straight to 75. It skips over 25 whenever you get a second loop, so this technically isn't a different loop, this is part of the same one as the first 2 levels. It's just a really weird order. There's also no jacks in this version of the level, which completely changes what the main obstacle is supposed to be, and it kind of makes it way easier, since you just need to wait for the fire to get out of your way, and you could have a pretty much straight shot up to the top of the level. Yeah, and once again, it skips 25 and goes straight back to 100, which is an even weirder choice. And still, we've yet to go back to 25M. And after 4 levels, we finally get back to here. Which makes it a really, really weird loop. Obviously, there's no high factory level in this one, it's just the main 3 that I've shown so far. Now next I'm showing off the 2-player mode, which once again doesn't have a whole lot going on. But as I was doing that and I was trying to die pretty quickly, you could see that for some reason the fall damage is high enough that you could actually fall from one level down to the next one, compared to the arcade game where you pretty much just immediately die if you fall any distance at all. You actually do need a second controller to control the second player, which isn't that important for me right now, but I didn't realize that, so that's why I'm standing still. If you die in 2-player mode, then it just flashes the score of both the first and second player. If you play in an easier difficulty in single-player mode, it starts you off with 5 lives. Once again, touching Donkey Kong at the top kills you. And once again, this is the sound effect that plays whenever you run out of time. though for some reason you die before you even hit 0.